Hi everybody. Today I'm going to talk about Paytm chart. This is a trading view screen, and Paytm chart it seems is generated by 197 Communications Limited for on this particular trading software. And the chart is actually I'll just basically make it educational for you people. So if you look at the movement as such broadly, you can see that it is moving up gradually with higher lows. These are the lows, higher lows, and higher highs. This is the high, this is the higher high, this is the higher high, this is the higher high. So this is as per technical analysis definition or Dow theory also. It is in uptrend, right? So the chart looks pretty much interesting, and I'll describe some of the patterns that are there in this chart. What we see, for example, let's say over here, it is though it is by default being marked as a shooting star. This is not exactly a shooting star, but if you look at it, the three a three candle pattern over here. I think it is indicating some bearishness for the near term. It's a daily chart as you can see over here, and the near term bearishness did materialize. It came off, right, and the evening star that the shooting star that is mentioned over here. Strictly speaking, I think this particular candle over here, which is having long upper shadow and slightly lower shadow, is like a shooting star. That's one. I mean, there could be some difference, and individual people can have a different view on that. But strictly speaking, by the definition of candlesticks, this is not a shooting star. Nevertheless, I have kept it setting on, so that's why it is being shown as shooting star. It's not my marking. Now, it came off from this level of 730, 40, that kind of level, to around 575, that level, and thereby it formed a higher bottom compared to this, right? So, higher low as per this. And so basically, as I mentioned, this is an uptrend. Here, it basically uh, if you look at it, it opened with a gap, right? And then there is a long candle over here, and after that there is a gradual up move over here. Then kind of another top was formed, but it was not much higher compared to the earlier top. But after that, I think if you look at it, this particular red candle that is right directly below this HH none marking, that is actually like dark cloud cover. So it basically indicates stalling of upward momentum. Ideally, this penetration of red candle into the green candle should have been more than 50%. But notice it is indicating that there is some selling coming in at a higher level. Now let's go to the next candle. Here we are seeing that this green candle, the next attempt to take it up further, was neutralized by this red candle. Okay, so and neutralized to such an extent that the entire movement of this previous candle was actually engulfed, right? So since it was engulfed, this is called bearish engulfing pattern. So the red candle is it's said to have engulfed the green candle, and so the market psychology, the undertone is said to have been reversed. uh, but then the fall was not significant, which means that we have to be really open to the market activity and keep listening to what exactly market is telling us. So after this engulfing, you can see that it just moved down for one particular day, just one day, and then again it stabilized. If you look at this pattern, these two candles, the red followed by the green one, it basically shows that there's still some strength left. So if you compare to the previous one, okay, the previous one was accompanied by this long red candle. If you look at it, this one over here, okay, and here there was not much activity to that extent. So after that, it moved sideways. Okay, it moved sideways, and then this particular day, I think you see, this has opened on this particular day. It has opened. See the cursor, hand marking over here on this candle. If you look at it, there's a opening which is above the previous day's high. This is gap basically. This is a gap principle of technical analysis, and this is gap is supposed to provide some support, which I'll elaborate further. So here, if you look at it, there was no lower shadow of the candle, which itself is indicating bullishness, and the candle was on relative basis compared to these candles. It was long candle with slightly upper wick, slightly a slight upper wick, but I think that's a strong candle indicated that there is a possibility of further up move, and it did move up further from here, and then after that, there was some selling pressure seen over here, which is again, if you look at it, is a really speaking, it is a three candle pattern, and though it is marked by default by trading view as HH none, this is actually evening star. Okay, three candle pattern wherein you have first candle indicating upward movement, and then there's a doji or shooting star, and then the third day is basically a movement that reverses. It's a red candle. So this is basically or evening star like pattern, which means that evening is likely to set in, which means that the stock is likely to correct. So that is what happened. In between, there was some slight up moves, but every time there was a up move, it was negated by the red candle, which indicated that market wanted to go down. Paytm wanted to go down to some extent from these levels. And when I say market of Paytm, it's basically the market participants who thought that this is not a right level for the stock at that point of time, and so it corrected. It corrected. If you look at it, it came down to this particular point, and let me show you. Uh, this candle movement, this level. I'll just mark this as a okay. So this is not an accurate drawing, but still it is showing a horizontal level. So this particular movement is indicating that uh, that okay, so there's a possibility of some support at this level, and surprisingly, you can see that the market just reversed above from above this level, the horizontal line, and then started moving up. Here, the first sign was that the long lower shadow indicated that it is attracting some buying support over here. So there was a buying interest in Paytm at that level. But then for 3 days there was some small selling. The three bearish days were there, but after that there was a bullish engulfing. So you can see that this the green candle is a long candle compared to these previous three candles, and it actually engulfs all the three candles that are there. All right, so that is a sign of strength. This is the first indication that it may not go down further immediately. So that was proved correct. It came down, and then next time it just opened to the gap. And look at this. This is a huge gap created on the next day morning. Maybe there is some news that actually resulted into that, but there's a huge gap. As I mentioned in technical analysis, gaps are supposed to provide support. So here, if you look at it, when I say gap, uh, I'll just put a ray over here. I think this should be okay. Okay, so I'll just put that, and I'll just do that again to clearly indicate the gap. Okay, so this is okay, lines are moving, but this is basically the educational video. So if you look at it, yeah. So that's it. I have to remove it. Hmm. So this is the gap that I was talking about, and these gaps are supposed to provide some support resistances. So here the price jumped up above this level, and then subsequently, as you can see, it is providing some support. Every time it came down to close to this level, there was a buying interest and it was taken up. Similarly, here also in the second instance, the stock came close to this gap, and then again there was a buying interest. Then again it moved down to some extent, but again there's a buying interest. If you look closely, this particular point, this low and these lows. These are again like you can say that they are not at the same level, and in terms of say lows of the candles. But if you look at close of the candles, I think both the zones, the small zones, this zone and this zone are at the same level. So on closing basis, you can say that it is forming, let's say, double bottom kind of pattern. And in terms of say just candlestick wicks wise, weak meaning shadow wise movement, I think it is forming higher bottom. So that is another indication that after respecting this gap, if there's a higher bottom form, there was a possibility of further up move. And as expected, so Paytm stock has moved up in last few days. And if you look at the strength in the movement, it is actually on closing basis. It has closed above this level. Okay, let's show you if possible the horizontal line. This is the highest close. Okay, this is the highest close that was there in last maybe 2 3 months. Okay, and it has closed above that level. Earlier there's an attempt, but it never closed above that level. But this time it has closed above this level. So that actually indicates possibility of bullishness in the medium term. So that's all for now. The stock seems to be showing strength, sufficient strength for it to go up here on for investment purpose. So this is a educational video and should be taken with that view. That's all. I think I'll take your leave for the time being. Do keep watching this kind of videos on my channel. Thank you.